So hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So in this video I'm gonna show you how to assign the Manning's n value using a geometric data editor in HEC RAS for our flood modeling. So once you open your HEC RAS here, so in that we're gonna navigate to this option called view or edit geometric data. So once you click this option, so this window will pop up here. So here to enter your Manning's value, first we have to navigate to this option called the cross sections. So here we have our window called cross section data. So here you can select your individual the cross sections here using your up and down arrow here, and here you can able to visualize. So in the Manning's n value we have this particular option called Manning's n value, and here we have three different columns here, starting with LOB, which represents the left overbank, and this particular column represents the channel, and here this particular column which represents the right overbank. So this three column which represents the Manning's n value for left overbank, channel, as well as the right overbank. So here we have the river here, that is Bald Eagle, and in the Bald Eagle we have two reaches, one is upper reach and one is of lower reach. And in the river we have a tributary called River 1, and in that we have to select the tributary reach to enter the Manning values in those tributary reach. So here you can enter the Manning's value directly into this particular option here, or if you want to enter the Manning's value for the entire left overbank channel as well as the right overbank. So for that I'm gonna close this window. We're gonna navigate to another window called navigate to this option called tables, and in that we're going to select the Manning's n or k values horizontally varied. So I'm going to select this particular one, and once you selected it, we have this particular window called edit Manning's n or k values. So let me expand this particular window here. So now you can able to take a look here. So right now you can able to see in the river section we have selected River 1. So instead of Bald Eagle or River 1, we're going to select all rivers, and once you select all rivers, we can enter the Manning's n value, that is for left overbank, channel, as well as the right overbank. We can enter the Manning's n value for all the cross sections or the river stations. So let me show you another example. For instead I'm going to select Bald Eagle. So in Bald Eagle you can select either upper or lower reach. And also if you want to enter the Manning's for all both the upper and lower reach, you can select all reaches, and now you can enter the value for all the reaches. But instead in the top you can select all rivers. So in that way you can enter the Manning's value for both the upper and lower reaches as well as the tributary. So in that case you're going to select this particular one here. So before entering a Manning's value, first let us understand the Manning's value. What is it? So Manning's n value, so Manning's n is an empirical parameter in Manning's equation, is used to calculate the open channel flow velocity. So it quantifies the frictional resistance that a channel surface exert against the flowing water. So the simple equation is for velocity form. It is given as v is equals to 1 by r, that is 1 by n multiplying r to the power of 2 by 3 and multiplying s to the power of 1 by 2. This is the Manning's equation for velocity form. And in case of discharge form, so this is the equation where Q is equal to A multiplying V. So A, which represents the area, and V represents the flow velocity. And here the area multiplying 1 by n r to the power of 2 by 3 multiplying s to the power of 1 by 2. So here the V represents the flow velocity in meter per second, and n represents the Manning's roughness coefficient, and r represents a hydraulic radius, so which is calculated by area by wetted perimeter in meters, and s is equals to channel slope. And how to calculate the Manning's n value? So a direct measurement method is involving using this particular formula, that is the velocity form. V is equal to 1 by n r to the power of 2 by 3 multiplying s to the power of 1 by 2. So it includes measure velocity using a current meter or any tracer. And second is to calculate the hydraulic radius. So the hydraulic radius is generally calculated using cross section area divided by wetted perimeter. And last is to determine the slope here. So to determine the slope, so we have to calculate the elevation difference divided by the flow length. The simple example which shows the measured velocity is 1 by 5. So we're gonna put this value in this formula here, and we're gonna view the Manning's n value. So the measured velocity is 1.5 meter per second, and the cross sectional area is 10 meters square, and the wetted perimeter is 8 meters, and the hydraulic radius is around 1.25 meters, and the channel slope is around 0.01. And once you put this value in this formula, so we're going to get the Manning's value as 0.035. And this is the case for the river. And let's navigate, and suppose the variations in the different environmental matrix, that is, so this particular table is showing the Manning's n value for the different environmental matrices. So I can able to see, starting with, we have the channel type, the condition, the channel type which includes a natural stream here, and the condition, and the Manning's n range, and typical value here. So in case of the natural channel type, natural stream as a channel type, so mountain stream has boulders and rapids, so which has a Manning n value ranging from 0.040 to 0.070, and the typical value could be 0.050. And in case of a natural stream as a clean and straight, it could be of no vegetation. So the typical Manning n value could vary from 0.025 to 0.035, and the typical value could be of 0.30. And in case of natural the channel type to be winding, so in that case the vegetations on the banks here, so in that case the Manning's value ranges from 0.035 to 0.050, and the typical value could be this. And the major rivers, if the deep is greater than 30 meters, that is deep, and the width is greater than of 30 meters, so in that case the Manning value could be ranging from 0.020 to 0.035, and the typical value could be this. And in case of floodplain, the pastures or no, and the value could ranges from 0.030 to 0.050. And in case of artificial channels, so in that case the Manning's n value could ranges for the concrete value. For the concrete, the Manning's n value could be of 0.011 to 0.015, and it is a finished and smooth. And in case of unfinished and rough, in that case the Manning's value could be like this, from 0.013 to 0.017. And in case of asphalt, it could be of smooth, so the Manning's n value could be similar to the one above we discussed. And the gravel bottom, and in case of a gravel bottom, the sides are of concrete and rubble, it could be the Manning value could ranges from 0.02 to 0.025. And in case of natural earth, the clean and recently scrapped, it could be of this particular set of value here. And based on the land cover, based on the land cover, we can mention the Manning's value as in case of pavement and asphalt, it could be of the Manning value could ranges from this particular value. And in case of bare soil, and in case of grass, and the two short grass, the Manning's value of this much. And the grass in case of medium, so from 10 to 15 centimeters, the Manning value could be ranges from 0.25 to 0.35. And in case of graph, it has if a long greater than 30 centimeters, the Manning's n value could be of 0.30 to 0.50. And next is in case of agricultural area, though in that case the Manning's value could be of 0.03 to 0.05. And in case of forest, so in that case the Manning value could be of 0.30 to 0.80. So when you're using this land cover data, this particular set of value might be useful in that case, where you have to apply the Manning's n value, different Manning's n value for based on the different land cover types in your study region. So in that case, this particular one could be of very useful. So in case of urban drainage, so it has a set of values. For example, the storm drains and culverts and the street gutters, it has a set of values. And vegetation factors, and in case of low vegetation, it has a set of values here. And in case of medium vegetation, so it has a set of values. And dense vegetation, it too has a set of values here, the 0.05 to 0.20. So these are the different factors of the situations where the Manning's n value could vary. and you have to select it based on your required for your analysis. So last I'm going to show you the key factors affecting the Manning's end value. So the factors, it could be of it could start with the surface roughness, vegetation density, channel irregularity and channel alignment, and sediment load, seasonal changes and flow stage. So starting with the surface roughness, the effects could be it increases with the roughness, and reason the more friction and slower flow, and vegetation density so increases with density, and the plant creates a drag resistance, and the channel irregularity so increases with irregularity so turbulence and eddies forms, and the channel alignment so increases with meandering and secondary current develops, and next is sediment load. It affects is the may decreases the end value and lubricating the effects of sediments, and seasonal changes like winter is of low end value, and in case summer it is of high end value, and vegetation growth cycle, and last is a flow stage so decreases with depth, and the possible reason is related to the roughness decrease. So this how I can enter the Manning's end value for your flood analysis. So now I'm gonna get back to HEC RAS. So here I have selected the N1. So N1 which represents the left overbank. So I have selected all the values, and here I'm gonna enter the value as 0.06. So now here we have entered as a value 0.06. Let me select all. So to enter the Manning's end value for all the stations here, so we're going to select this. So once you select it, I'm going to navigate to this option called set values, and the window pop-up saying enter the amount to be set entries in the selected range. So I'm going to mention the value to be 0.006, and I'm going to click OK to enter this particular value. And now you can able to see we have entered the Manning's end value for the left overbank, and similar. So right now here, when you once you've entered the left overbank value, that is N1 here as we mentioned. So in case if you couldn't enter the value for N2 or N3, so in that case, first we're gonna navigate this section here, reverse, and make sure they select all reverse here. So once you selected all reverse, and we have N1, N2 and N3. So previously I was able to enter the N1 values, but I couldn't able to enter the N2 and N3. So in those situation, first we're going to navigate to this option all regions, and in that first I'm going to select left overbank only, and in that case I'm going to select this particular one N1, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this option called set value, and here I'm going to enter the value as 0.06 as the left overbank. So once you enter this value, I'm going to click OK, and the next step is I'm gonna click OK, and again I'm gonna navigate to the tables, and I'm gonna click the Manning's NK values, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select, and I'm gonna select the main channel only, and here again I'm gonna select the values, and I'm gonna navigate here set values, and here I'm gonna enter as 0.035, and I'm gonna click OK, and I'm gonna click OK. Similarly, I'm gonna navigate to the tables and Manning's NK values, and now I'm gonna select the right overbank only. So now we're gonna select this, and I'm gonna say this value, and I'm gonna enter the value as 0.06, and I'm gonna click OK. And now we're gonna navigate here, and I'm gonna click OK here, and now I'm gonna navigate to cross sections here. So in the cross sections, even now the value is not visible here, but in this plot here, you can able to visualize the river has a value of 0.035, and the right and left overbank has a value of 0.06. You can able to see this for all the stations here. So you can able to see this. And I'm gonna close this. And again, I'm going to navigate to the tables and kn value. So here you can able to see the N1 value as 0.06, and N2 as 0.035, and N3 as 0.06. So in this way, you can enter the value for both the left overbank and the river channel, as well as the right overbank. So let me click OK. And let's navigate to the file section, and I'm going to click option called save. So we're going to click save geometry data, and now we're going to head back to the cross section options here. And here you can able to see the cross section has the value here, the left overbank value and the river channel value and the right overbank value here for each cross sections. You can able to see now. And this is how I can enter the Manning value, Manning's n value. So I'm going to close this, and you can also view it here. So for all regions, all rivers, you can able to see the Manning's value we entered for all reaches, starting with the upper reach, and you can able to see this is the upper reach and lower reach, and now it's a tributary reach. You can able to see this. So we have entered the left overbank and river channel, as well as the right overbank values, the Manning n value here. So let me close this. So in this video, I have shown you how to assign the Manning's n value using a geometric data editor in HEC RAS for our flood modeling. So in the next video, we're going to run a steady state one-dimensional simulation in HEC RAS. So thanks for watching, and make sure that you subscribe to our channel and give us a like.